Well, howdy, folks. I am so blessed today to be here with y'all again, actually. Okay? This isn't my first rodeo here on the old Clout route. I guess it's not a podcast anymore. They call it the live show, whatever. You know what it is. And I'm here for my boys today, okay? Danny and Kev couldn't make it to this episode, unfortunately. But they knew just the guy to call, okay? With my redneck lawyer expertise, Nicky Recheata is here, and boy, is he queer, okay? We're about to talk about Nick Recheata. Nick Rekieta. I'm sorry. I got to keep the names correct. I don't want anybody to get confused here, okay? I am Nicky Recheata, and we are talking about Nick Rekieta, okay? I've been getting the name wrong this whole time. Rekieta is what me and my co-hosts have all been saying, but it's Rekieta, okay? Get it right, Rekieta, which, sounds like a cicada, and I'm used to them, hearing them outside all the time. But boy, oh boy, we're about to bring you a juicy episode, okay? My friends, Danny and Kev, have made me a beautiful document to go through and give my redneck lawyer expertise, okay? Now, you might say, what's with this accent, Nicky Recheata? You keep going in and out. I don't really get it. Well, since Nicky Recheata has moved to the big city, okay? What can I say? The accent, it comes and goes here, okay? So if you can't get used to that, you might as well see yourself out the door right now, okay? This is Nick Rekieta's episode of True Detractor here on the Clout route, all right? And we're about to get into it. So, why did I ever come on the Clout Route podcast? Well, long ago, they had been talking about our boy here, Nick Rekieta, okay? Nick Rekieta had gotten himself into some very popular streams on YouTube here, making tons of money, getting offered Rumble deals. I mean, this boy made his mama proud, that's for sure, okay? Anyway, Nick Rekieta, he did them Depp versus Heard trials where, that was just a mess. That Amber Turd, she been shitting all over the place. I would have got her for a lot more if I was a lawyer on that case. Boy, tell ya, okay? But that's neither here nor there, all right? Rittenhouse, he did one of them too, okay? We remember that guy. I know Danny's not very kind to our Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse here. But Nick Rekieta did a couple streams on him as well, and they went pretty good. This guy started getting tons of traction on YouTube, all kinds of followers, watching him on Rumble and Locals and YouTube and Twitter and all across the internet. All right. Once he started getting a little more popular, people started, he started getting on people's radars, maybe on their gaydars. We don't know. Nick Rekieta, okay, came across our boys' desks, Kevin and Danny, because this picture right here. Now, bear with me. I'm a redneck lawyer, not a streamer, not a professional here, so sometimes it takes me a little bit to be clicking around all them links, trying to figure it out. But, as a lawyer, as a redneck lawyer especially, out of rednecks, I am higher echelon, top tier, okay, in the intelligence. I can't remember my IQ points right now, but I just will be telling you, you should expect high-level criticism from this guy right here because I am an educated man of the law, okay? Sorry. Every time I bring this picture up, it's hard to remain my remain composed. Keep my composure, if you will, because at Pod Awful here shares us these lovely pictures. Okay, one being Nick Rekieta in his recent arc, but the other being one of the very first reasons why we ever talked about Mr. Rekieta on this show. Which way, Western man? First, we got this coke binged out drunk. Oh my God. Okay, let me tell you first things first, okay? If we're going to be getting drunk and high on the stream, I mean, I know what Danny does. He's got beers sitting stacked up next to me right here. It was quite the commotion I had to make to get settled in. Beer cans stacked up, bongs and shit everywhere. I mean, by God, this guy, okay, he's got a drug problem himself and a drink problem probably. But, you know, look at him on the streams. You can't even tell. Maintains his composure like a professional, okay? My hat is off to Danny on that podcast there that you guys watch all the time. Live show, I'm sorry. But Mr. Rekieta here, okay? Us lawyers here should have better composure when it comes to dealing with cocaine, especially. You know, me, I'm a gram a day, half a gram a day kind of guy. So, and you know, I also a couple little dashes in my morning coffee. You know, yeah. If I start gritting my teeth, you know why. But yeah, you know, he can't maintain himself. He can't handle himself on stream. You got to get a little better there, Rekieta. Right here, though. You know, I was smart enough when I started in the business of law here. I wiped all of my former black face Halloween costumes. You know, we're of the age, okay? People don't act like you're above it or something. Everyone has had everyone's had a blackface costume every once in a while, okay? You know, back when I was in school, they would sell us, okay? And our senior year in high school, they march us out there in blackface and chains, buy groups of us and carry us around, and we carry you around all day. It was quite the spectacle. I mean, what they do there in those small towns between them cornfields, okay, you don't ever hear, but some criminal behavior. That's why I got out of there and became myself a man of the law, because I knew better. I knew that this bald head wasn't going to last in the cornfields there. I had to get out and escape all that bigotry and hatred. Anyway, let's carry on here. Yeah, one of the first times we ever talked about this man, the blackface, he's doing the black. I mean, I thought this was the white power, but white power. Haha. But I don't know. Either way, just wanted to show you how Nicky Recheata got on these boys' radar. Okay. Just so happens that I'm a redneck lawyer somewhere that, has a similar name. They thought it was funny, you know. They see me in the papers all the time, Nicky Recheata. The name, it's a good one, huh? Nick Rekieta knows. Anyways, this latest arc starts with Nick Rekieta streaming, blasted. And like I said, the man can't handle himself, okay? You got to get a little better at handling them drugs. If I pull this up here, you can get a little glimpse of what we're talking about. So I know y'all are familiar with a Dark Side Phil, okay? If you're not familiar, Dark Side Phil, one of these law cows that them boys on the Clout route always be talking about. I think Nick Rekieta, okay, is a law cow. Just like that DSP. And boy, DSP had this humbling moment where he was streaming one time, forgot to turn off his camera, as we all do. I mean, especially me as a redneck lawyer. I'm not... Man, my accent's all over the place today. Me as a redneck lawyer, I don't know where I was going with that. I completely lost myself in thought there. Sometimes I just get a little carried away with my with my accent here, and boy, let's just carry on here, okay? DSP had his little humbling moment where he's having a little extracurricular activity after a stream, as you do. A little wind down, a manly wind down, if you will. Forgot to turn off the boy's camera, so as they call it down south where I'm from, everyone on the internet caught a glimpse of his vinegar strokes, okay? Boy, one of those faces where you're just mid-bliss, let me tell you, okay? See, I can handle my drugs. Just a little cough here and there. Not a big deal. Anyway, DSP got humiliated online because he was, seeing stars, as they say. His eyes rolled in the back of his head, and you caught all of his precious moments live on stream. Well, Nicky Recheata had himself a moment just like that, okay? And we're about to watch it. Recheata, what are you doing on stream, okay? I can already tell by the sweat and your eyes are all sunken in. I mean, oh boy, okay? We're not handling our drugs very well here, and you need to go back I think you need to go back and get educated. You missed a couple semesters there at college, boy. You forgot them. You forgot to party it out so that you could go on these streams and keep your composure. Okay, you haven't had enough. Apparently, this boy was sheltered when he was in school. Actually, took it seriously or something. Who does that in college? He hadn't experienced the pleasures of drugs and alcohol abuse until he gets live on stream with y'all. It's very unfortunate here to see a man spiral down like this, but let's watch. Okay. Well, boy. Oh, hell no, okay? Once we get to, oh, come on. What are we talking about here? Okay? How do you get yourself with your camera on? I don't care if we're talking about jokes or nothing, okay? You're a damn lawyer, boy. You out here biting your finger like you in some... Oh. What's going on underneath that desk, okay? That's all I want to know. What's going on, Rekieta? Holy shit.
Why is my camera still on?
Well, boy, I gotta tell you something. Quite disappointed in you, Nicky Rekieta. Okay? As a lawyer, you should know better. You keep that shit to private, okay? You keep that in the bedroom. Make sure you're viewing all of your extracurricular activity on your cell phone. Don't do it on you don't want to get caught with no folder or something accidentally coming up while you're streaming, okay? Make sure all sexy time activity happens on your cell phone in a dark room with the lights off so that there's no incriminating evidence to be found, okay? We don't want it on camera. We don't even want it, lights off, folks. Somebody's liable to just jump right in your room and take a picture of you at any moment, okay? It's a phenomenon happening up and down the United States right now, okay? Men are being blackmailed out there, jerking off in their beds, and people just barging in and taking pictures, okay? We need to protect ourselves out here, okay? And while I don't carry a firearm myself, lights off when I'm jerking it seems like a good first step, okay? Now, it's a little late for Rekieta here, okay? We already did it on stream, so might as well keep going here. What we just saw there, goofy, perhaps, okay? he claims a response to somebody in chat, a goofy joke. Let's see some of the other coke-splaining here. And we can determine, especially me as a redneck lawyer, we can determine whether there are drugs in fact used here, whether this man is in sound mind or not. Okay, let's check it out. Well, already.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
You never get that kind of jaw lock going on.
So much urine. So much urine. That's what you have to learn. When you're old, you don't pee more. When you drink whiskey, you pee a shitload. That's all.
Well. Why don't you tell me that one more time there, Rekieta?
When you drink whiskey, you pee a shitload.
When you drink whiskey, you pee a shitload. But it was the other part I had an issue with.
When you're old, you don't pee more.
When you're old, you don't pee more. When you drink whiskey, you pee more. I don't think that the two things conflict, okay? I think that, yes, in fact, when you drink alcohol, especially a lot, like you are here, Rekieta. When you drink a lot of alcohol, of course, we're going to be taking some trips down to the bathroom, okay? But I don't think the bladder gets any better as you get older there, but didn't they teach you that in old law school there? Okay, that was one of the first things they taught me. They said, prepare yourself for retirement, okay? That's the whole point of all this. And one of those things is making sure I have some quick solutions to my bladder problems at all times, if you catch my drift, okay? We got the soda pop bottle on deck in the car, also under the desk, just in case. I keep Voss because I learned that from my workout partner, Dwayne Johnson. You guys probably never met him before, but Voss water bottles on deck all the time. Okay? Then you don't have to worry about getting up during the stream, okay? I try to tell Kevin this all the damn time. You got this fool getting up left and right trying to go pee. Can't hold shit. The bladder is so small. If he's carrying a Voss bottle or 2 or 3 underneath the desk, we'd be good. We'd be streaming all night. You guys could have some 8-hour streams from these boys if Kevin could just get his bladder under wraps, okay? We need to get that boy to a doctor.
When you drink whiskey, you pee a shitload.
Maybe he's drinking too much whiskey. We need to talk to that boy. That's for sure. Anyway, he gives us a little insight there, okay? Seemed pretty fucked up to me. Hard to deny on my end. As a lawyer, I would not step up to bat against this evidence, okay? The man is fucked up. Let's see some more. Oh, my Lord. When you see one of them, when you see something like that there, folks, this is time to come home. It's time. It's time, Rekieta, to come home to your boys, okay? Okay?
What the fuck?
I never used one of these before. Holy God.
Doinks?
Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. It's time to come home, Rekieta. Shave that damn head of yours, dude. I bet you got a nice shiny dome that you are keeping to yourself when plenty of people online would love to take a gander.
I feel like I was coming across the border to Uganda. Pop 15 says, Nick, you're drunk. You're not drunk. You're fine.
Oh, Nick, you're not drunk. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
The Rumble flip. No, I'm not going to do the Rumble flip. I'm done. I'm done with the show. Guys, I said all I needed to about Rumble. Great show. Very successful. Go get it. Go come whenever you want.
Great show. Very
show us a
successful.
ceiling, prove there isn't any cats stapled to it. My camera's screwed in. I can't. We'll do it next time. Turn off the stream. Go to bed.
Well, it sounds like Rekieta's getting plenty of legal advice from his chat here. Go to bed. You're drunk. Stop streaming. Turn the camera off. We saw you goddamn jerking your ding dong underneath the desk there, Rekieta, okay? These people are trying to help you. Holy shit, boy. I never thought there'd be a day where this redneck lawyer would have to come in here and tell Rekieta what's going on, okay? Like, by God, I thought I would be the one getting caught doing lines off some lady's ass on stream, getting completely tatered shit-faced next time I came on the boys' live show here. But no, Rekieta beat me to it. And not only Rekieta, but he brought his family and friends along here with him. All right? If you look at this, we got AF Stream Watch here on Twitter. They say, breaking news. Useful mistake, not to be confused with the prolific Clout Route donator. Only mistakes, okay? Way better, in fact. But useful mistakes here, okay? Useful mistake from the Kiwi Farms is obtained the incident report from the sheriff, which resulted in Nick Rekieta's arrest. The police were sent to his house due to concerns about child abuse from a mandatory reporter. Now, there are some people that will question the authenticity of some of these here documents here, all right? So, having said that, it's my lawyer obligation, legal law obligation here to tell you that maybe some of this ain't the realest shit you ever seen. My accent's getting way deeper now. You got it, boys. So some of this might not be, totally above board here. But what are we doing but laughing at this poor drunk guy online, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry so much. Candioi County Sheriff's Office Incident Report, okay? We got 5/16/2024, about 10 days ago or so. Let's see here. Have a mandatory reporting issue I want to speak with an officer about. Short description here. I'm not sure what all this mumbo jumbo is. You'd think I'd know as a redneck lawyer, but I don't. Officer assigned David Nestor. And it says here, literal possible child neglect / abuse. Involvement, arrested. 3 arrested parties here, as you can see. Nicholas Robert Rekieta, okay, 42, not to be confused with Nicky Recheata, right here. We've got Kayla Christine Rekieta, also here. Also, April Diane I'm Holdy, age 29. Some people are saying that Ms. April, and I won't speak ill on her name very long here, but some people are telling me, I've got sources telling me that Nicky Recheata's newest, I almost said the wrong thing there. Nick Rekieta, not Nicky Recheata. I don't know this poor April woman. Nick Rekieta, okay, has not only keeping around his old lady Kayla Christine Rekieta here, but he's got himself a new dame, April Diane Amholt, and former girlfriend of one of his close friends here that he decided to bring in his little relationship. Now I think they're on a little triangle tryst here, but that might all end by the time I get through most of this information. I'm not sure if April's sticking around with these folks, okay? Got herself into some trouble. Lots of trouble, in fact. Potentially, maybe, allegedly. Okay, I got to cover all my bases here. So let's get into it. That's your little document there. We got a little official document section, okay? I wanted to show you all the officials. Drama Alert, one of the most official Twitter accounts out there. Got you a little mug shot of your boy. Now, I don't know why he decided to wear his Rastafarian jersey in his mugshot here. I wish they would have, gave us a little more. Would have loved to see what that shirt's about, but okay. If we check it here, you can see him and his wife here with their Ugg mugs, as you say, plastered. Says, 5th degree possession, schedule 1, 2, 3, 4. Possession of ammo, any firearm. Again, the same thing for Nicholas Rekieta down there. Okay, $50K bond is what I heard from some of the lawyer buddies I have around. Okay, $50K, which would result in a $10K bail bond, right? $10K to one of them bail bondsmen. You can't get that back, but you might get yourself out of the hot seat for a little bit, if you catch my drift. As we move along here, I just wanted to pull up a good picture of all three of these folks, so you can get an idea of all them together. This says, at M. Jarbo, both Kayla and Nick, court pending, 5th degree, schedule 1, 2, 3, 4 drugs. Okay, we saw all that in the last one. April, I'm whole only, gets the drug possession. So their new little young fling down here in the blonde hair, she don't get in as much trouble here. Maybe no trouble after she gets done with some of these folks. I heard while Nick Rekieta's sitting in the hot seat at his arraignment, April, I'm Holdy, she's getting out of jail, okay? And she actually got out before any of these folks did, okay? Both the Requietas sit their ass in the seat for a while, okay? April gets out early. Some people speculate maybe April let a couple cats out the bag, as they say. Got herself an easy early release. Who knows? We might someday. I'm sure that there will be plenty of updates to some of this story here, okay? But anyway, got you a good glimpse of Nick Rekieta and his gang there. Andy Worski on the Twitters here gets us a nice Fox News report. Let me pull this up for you. Andy Worski says, here is the story Fox released about Nick Rekieta. Rekieta. Drugs, coke, ketamine, a digital scale, unsecured guns, 4 minors they had to break in. And Nick had track marks on his arms, which most likely heroin. He'll be representing himself. It's over. Okay? So check this out. Let's read some. According to the law, according to the charges, if I could read there, didn't teach me that in law school, okay? According to the charges, law enforcement attempted to execute a search warrant on May 23rd at Rekieta's home in Spicer and was greeted by a girl at the front door who would not let them inside. Now, this is interesting because the other one, I think, said something about the 16th. Did it not? Reported 5/16. Okay, so I think that here we've got somebody putting in a report saying, I think that an officer needs to go down to Nick Rekieta's place and talk to them in person, okay? This is that report, which I guess was several days before they finally made it down there. On the 23rd, okay? So here we go. Was greeted by a girl at the front door who would not let them inside. Well, there's your first mistake, folks. Always let law enforcement in. If you got the law enforcement knocking at your door, let them in, okay? It's the best thing you can do for yourself. I'm sure you don't have anything incriminating in your house, okay? You're all law-abiding citizens. Let them in, okay? Let them see what they want. They'll go. They won't be doing anything to you, I promise. We've got good law enforcement here in the United States. After Rekieta refused to provide the door code, law enforcement used a door ram to get inside and found Kayla, Holt, and 4 juveniles inside. So that would be Kayla, the mother, April, the fling, and the children here, okay? Law enforcement proceeded to search the master bedroom and bathroom where they allegedly found a variety of drug paraphernalia. Oh, boy. Including 3 small baggies that tested positive for cocaine. Cocaine! You don't want no part of this shit. Tested positive for cocaine, 8 green tablets that tested positive for ketamine, and a digital scale. And several other items that tested positive for cocaine, charges claim. Authorities also found a Sig Sauer AR. Wow, I hope I said that one right. With several magazines and a loose ammunition under the bed, a spent shell casing on the bedroom floor, and located additional firearms and ammunition in the garage, according to the court record. So, just like I won't incriminate myself, but me and Rekieta keep good company, I think, at our households. Police took Rekieta and his wife Kayla into custody, and he told law enforcement that he and his wife stayed in the master bedroom where law enforcement claimed to find the most drug paraphernalia, but allegedly refused to answer questions about cocaine, according to court records. Before his arrest, some online users had raised concerns about Rekieta's health. This week, sharing a clip of him appearing to doze off during stream. He's doing more than doze off. Didn't you see that clip? That man's jerking off. Law enforcement noted Rekieta had... God damn you. Okay, so we don't exactly continue on into the next one, but bear with me here. Before his arrest, some online users had raised concerns about Rekieta's health. This week, sharing a clip of him appearing to doze off during the stream. Oh, okay, I'm just a little down here. Law enforcement noted that Rekieta had several injuries to his arms at the time of the arrest. They described the injuries as sores that are common with controlled substance users, charges said. Rekieta, who owns a law firm based in Spicer, Minnesota, saw his online following skyrocket during the pandemic as he covered cases including Rittenhouse and Johnny Depp. He has more than 150K followers on Twitter and 450K subscribers on YouTube. So hopefully after this video I'm doing for the boys that they get some of that Nick Rekieta love on this channel. Okay, we would love that. But anyway, as we continue along here, lots to review here on this Nick Rekieta. We actually have, now, God bless the internet for this, okay? You've got some folks that actually have access to the footage, and they were watching it live is the crazy thing. They didn't ask to have an old Nicky Recheata on to commentate, but I digress. You've got some lawyers out there that got access to this their footage, okay, of the arraignment. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this arraignment here. Undoomed post, holy hell, Nick Rekieta is facing over 26 years in prison. Of course, they'll probably offer him a plea, so who knows what it'll serve. But Jesus fucking Christ, this has to be the worst hangover in history. However, since he has involved his kids with this, I have little sympathy. And I think that is a common shared opinion across the internet here. It's a no-no, folks. Rekieta, if you and your wife were single, that don't make any sense. If you and your wife were without child, okay, just you two living your life to the fullest, to the utmost extent, okay, you could keep 25 grams of cocaine in your house, be doing it all over the place, maybe a little back on the toilet, maybe a little in the office next to your desk, all over the place. No harm, no foul. But if you got little kids crawling around, boy, now we're talking a different story, okay? People don't like that. You keep your kids away from the drugs. You don't want them accidentally. You know how they talk at Halloween when people are accidentally, they would throw in the drugged candies in their baskets? I mean, have you ever seen a kid come home and eat himself an edible and just be zonked out of his mind? Okay, this is a criminal offense. You cannot be doing this to children. Okay, keep the drugs away from the children, folks. Let's watch a little bit of this arraignment here.
Second-degree possession, 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine. This is in violation of Minnesota Statute 152.022, subdivision 2, print A, print 1. The maximum sentence for that count is 25 years in prison and or a $500,000 fine. Count 2 is possession of ammunition or any firearm with the user of controlled substances. This is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum sentence is 364 days in the Candioi County Jail and or a $3,000 fine. Count
Rekieta's in the
3,
hot seat.
endangerment of a child when presence with a sale or possession of a controlled substance. Again, a gross misdemeanor. Count 1 is second-degree possession.
So this is just a little bit of the judge here, Judge Rodney. Okay, I know that guy. Good guy. Judge Rodney here just reading off some of the charges and offenses to Nick Rekieta. Okay, sorry. I keep getting my words mixed up here. Nick Rekieta. So that is all the serious stuff aside, folks, okay? This poor man had a meltdown on stream. Can't handle his drug use, his alcohol abuse, okay? Absolute meltdown on stream. The boys, Kevin and Danny, watch this. A few days later, this motherfucker ends up in jail, okay? This guy is in jail, having arraignments and shit, posting bail. I mean, boy, oh boy, it went downhill quick. And not only has Rekieta dug his own hole, okay? I think that's proper phrasing. There are other people around the internet that are coming out to take their shots, okay? And this is my favorite part of the whole kit and caboodle, okay? We love it when they come out, and they come out in droves, okay? It usually happens when they die or something, you know? We just saw, you know, the Fry guy. What was his name? The Super Size Me Man, okay? We just watched the Super Size Me Man. He passed away in early death, and everybody, including the Clout boys, I thought it was kind of low of them to do it, but we saw everybody and their uncle come out and take a shot, okay? This man was an alcoholic. This man was this. This man was that. That's usually when we hear the most shit from people because they're free, you know? Nobody's going to snap back at him. The guy's dead. But you know, people take their shots when you basically can't be in the wrong here, okay? Can you make a wrong take about Nicky Recheata and his situation? I doubt it, but we will see. We'll dig through some of these characters online and see what they had to say about Nicky Recheata's latest incident. Medicare, okay, might be a popular streamer to some. He's a little before my time, okay, before Nicky Recheata came around the block. But Medicare came out of cancer retirement to dunk on your boy Recheata, okay? And we're about to look at some of that. Medicare on Twitter decides to take a shot here. We'll look at that. Heterosexual Christian man watches one episode of anime and now he's headed to prison. Just one episode of Sailor Moon was all it took. If you see something, say something. Anime is a gateway drug, okay, folks? At some point here, Nicky Recheata's gotten lost in the sauce, okay? With his Sailor Moon fucking shirt on his titties here. And these short booty shorts. I mean, come on. I didn't know that, you know, the drinking is one thing, okay, folks? We all got problems. Cocaine, drinking, that's no big deal, okay? I know plenty of people like that. But it's when you start betraying your Christian values, that is where I start to really have some issue, okay, folks? Betraying his poor Christian values, okay? God doesn't want to see him in them booty shorts. God doesn't want him having inappropriate underage sailors on his shirt, okay? Why is it called Sailor Moon? What are they doing on that show? Anime is a gateway drug, folks. We can't allow our friends and family to succumb to such a thing, especially that Sailor Moon. People watch that. What the? Are they sailors? I'm confused. Mr. Medicare.
Poor.
We've got him right here. He decided to make his way back to the internet, not only on Twitter, because he's always around on Twitter, okay? Cancer don't stop you from tweeting. Might stop you from streaming. And it has stopped Medicare from streaming for the most part, but breaking Baldo, Mr. Medicare, Nick Rekieta. Okay, we've got a little stream here, and let's listen to a little bit of Medicare. Give the audience a little taste of what somebody that, has a little background on Nick Rekieta has to say about the whole situation. We'll let this play out just a little bit here. Thank you, Mr. Medicare.
Or Baldo, man. I talked about Nick recently, about 3 or 4 months back. I was on with Andy Worski in between all of his stuttering. We had talked about the good old days and talked a little bit about Nick, and at the time he had put a video out called Dear John, where he took a massive shit on an ex-fan. And I took a very nuanced approach, and I said something then, and I still stay by it.
Now, I wasn't aware that Nicky Recheata. Sorry. Again, I did it. I wasn't aware that Nick Rekieta here would make videos denouncing former fans, okay? I mean, I didn't know it got that serious in his little community there. Oh, boy. Now we're talking even more degeneracy, okay? Because, the cocaine and the alcohol is one thing, and abusing that, and then your children and having that stuff in their vicinity is a whole nother thing. And the whacking underneath your table on stream is another thing. But oh my God, what kind of trouble is he getting into here? I cannot believe. Talking to fans, okay? Parasocial relationships, we all know that's a nightmare.
That Nick Rekieta, out of almost all the people I've ever seen online, came the closest to having a professional career. He was at the cusp, the edge. He was at the precipice of taking off from this YouTube shit and doing something spectacular. And the pressure had gotten to him. And something was fucking his life up. That's why he lashed out. Well, we've
Do we call this a lash out, or he's saying that? He's saying that the call out to the fan was a lash out because of other problems. All right, I'm with you.
Definitely come to find out exactly what the fuck is going on. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who Nick Rekieta is, you're about to get a hell of an education. Now, maybe you've heard of Nick. Maybe you've seen a little bit about him. He's a guy that gained a lot of fame doing a lot of streams around certain trials. At one point, he had 100,000 plus people watching him. Imagine that level of success. You start off as a modest little lawyer from northern Minnesota, reading off legal documents and talking to an audience of maybe a few hundred people. And you parlay that over the years into an audience of 100,000 plus people watching you do court coverage in a unique way. So unique that you have television stations and Netflix documentaries and news articles writing about you. You've got...
Now, I was also unaware that Nick Rekieta got that much fame from all this shit, okay? I mean, I'm just some guy. I get told by the Clout Route boys, who some of these characters are. That's how I hear Nick Rekieta. I mean, he's also a lawyer, so we hear about things, through the grapevine as well. But I was unaware that there was news coverage or that grand of stage looking at Nicky Recheata here. Nick Rekieta, my bad.
Rumble offering you personalized contracts for big buku bucks. Everything's looking up. Everything is looking great. I mean, there you are. You're a family man. You have the perfect life. You have the ideal life, the life people strive for. A lot of people out there have dreams of what they want. They want fame, success, money. But we also have those modest dreams, those attainable things that are just out of grasp, but if we put enough work into it, we can have it. And that's what Nick Rekieta had. He had a family, a wife, loving wife that he was married to for many years. He had multiple children, lived in a beautiful house, had an inheritance, had a degree in a profession that would have provided for him for the rest of his life. And then on top of that idyllic life that most people would strive for, he found numerous successes. It's insane.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, it's a very sobering moment here for me when you hear it all laid out like that. I mean, boy, This man was a lawyer with a family, a proper family, a home, okay? Not only that, but he found all these wild successes online talking about Rittenhouse and Amber Turd. I mean, two of the worst people, too, to make your fame off of. You think you'd... I guess it was written on the walls, wasn't it, folks, okay? When you're covering shit like Rittenhouse and Amber Turd, and then your pivot is to go to Rumble with a contract and start drinking on stream instead of actually covering anything serious. I mean, boy, howdy, this is what happens, folks. This is what happens. You lose it all. You lose it all, okay? 25 grams of cocaine. Sending you right to jail there, Nicky Recheata. You're in some trouble, folks. He's in some trouble, folks. He's in some trouble. All this cocaine around children and the endangerment and the weaponry that's going on there. I mean, from my professional opinion, I'm saying this boy's fucked. We can keep on looking here. Thank you, Mr. Mediker. I got some petty posts to look at, okay? Pimp Master Broda. Pimp Master Yoda 1. Donovan was a normal, healthy man until he wore the cursed medallion and died suddenly. Now, I don't know if I appreciate that joke, okay? Crip Daddy there is a fine young gentleman. But they do have a point here, okay? What are we doing here? Our poor friend here, Crip Daddy, rest in peace, had that goddamn Sonichu medallion around his neck. And then look, we got Nicky Rekieta here with that goddamn Sonichu. And we already know from the last Clout route, True Detractor video, Chris Chan is not one to be fucking with, okay? Legally, I would say, stay the fuck away from that man, okay? You do not want to get yourself tangled up in a Chris Chan controversy. And these people are buying up his medallions, wearing them, having fun with, having them in their house. Have they never heard of the voodoo? Have they never heard of the mystical energies? Okay, I might be a redneck lawyer, but I goddamn know that I ain't putting any cursed objects up in my house or wearing around my goddamn neck. All right? Nick Rekieta knows exactly why his ass landed in jail, okay? You fucked up a long time ago getting one of those in your vicinity, okay? The bad juju can last for years, let me tell you. Is juju racist? I should probably... That's a good one to get out of my Rolodex there. No more juju, okay? Bad juju. Legally, I need to get that one out of my vocabulary. We got some more here, okay? I mean, all kinds of Nick Rekieta humiliation going on. And here is a clip of him 6 months ago talking about the Kiwi Farm, who the Kiwi Farms have quite the spread on Nick Rekieta himself. But we check this out here. Listen to what Nick has to say with his buddy, potentially criminal here, about Kiwi Farms.
Defended everything about the Kiwi Farms. I said I would defend it forever, and I still do, by the way. Even though they say the most horrific shit about me, the most horrific shit about my wife, they say the most horrific shit about my family, they flat out fucking lie. They say I commit literal crimes. They say I abuse my children and my family. They say I beat my family, Sean.
I know, I've seen that.
I know you do. I know you know. Because you kind of laugh about it sometimes. Defended every...
Now, Nick Rekieta here, he forgets that we're all on the internet here and that everything is... I mean, we just laughed at poor old Crip Daddy just a second ago. I mean, everything is on the board to laugh at, okay? Nothing is off limits here, especially a Kiwi Farms thread on your boy Rekieta Law. But, you know, it's interesting. He's refuting some of these points here, like abusing his children. Now, I'm not going to say that the boy pulled his arm back and smacked the teeth out of one of his kids. I would never say such a thing. I don't think old Nick Rekieta is capable of such violence, okay? And maybe not like that. But if you got a fucking mirror here with a rolled up $100 bill, couple lines across it, and it's laying on your couch in the living room, your kid could wake up, get out of bed, yawning, scratching their eyes, go in the living room, sit down right next, and just stick their fingers in the mysterious white powder and get themselves a groove on. I think we got problems. That might not be you smacking your kid around, but better lawyers than myself, maybe even worse ones, could argue in court that just putting your kid in the presence of stuff like that would be considered some child abuse. So, Nick Rekieta, I don't know if the old Kiwi Farms is lying about nothing, all right? There might not be any false allegations on that thing, especially now after all your recent shenanigans, all right? Speaking of which, if you want to check it out, ex-Josh on Twitter, the Kiwi Farms guy, Nick Rekieta and his wife are in jail for possession, along with April Amholt, a hot wife he's been seeing, with a link to the Kiwi Farms thread. So, Rekieta 6 months ago was talking about how they got a Kiwi Farms thread on him and that he supports the site being a thing, but goddamn, they've said some horrible things about him. And you bet your ass, with this latest stunt, Nick Rekieta got himself a whole nother spread of shit on fucking Kiwi Farms. So shouts out to my farmers out there, okay? While I don't partake very often, I hear it's the place to get all the information on your lol cows, and it seems like Nick Rekieta has worked himself right into that position, a lol cow, along with all the other ones. Can you imagine? He's in good company with the likes of who we've talked on this channel, Chris Chan, okay, Hassan Piker. What was that last one we did there? The last True Detractor was a good one too. I mean, we've done plenty at this point, so now he's in good company with all kinds of law cows here. Airsoft Fatty was that last one we did. That's the one I couldn't remember. I mean, yeah, Nick Rekieta in the same court as all these other guys. Again, especially now after the finger biting, you know. However this court case ends up, it could be worse off for him. This might be the tip of the iceberg, folks. We'll have to wait and see. I've got some more goofs and gaffs at our Nicky Rekieta's expense. Here is friend of the show, I guess. They talk about him enough. This fucking Danny, he looked goddamn near just like him. Okay? The quartering, Jeremy here, he says, cursed images. I'll pull this up. You got the Ethan Ralph. You got the Andy Worski. You got the Nick Rekieta. And I don't know who this guy is here, but I've been hearing people say he's dead. Because right here, you even got America Float. Jeremy, how many group photos are you in like this one? Honest question. And Jeremy says, where everyone else is dead or a drug-addicted mess, 0. Oh, whoa, Jeremy. Holy shit. You're getting a little carried away there, buddy. But it is an interesting photo to see there. I mean, we all know the likes of Ethan Ralph is up to. Andy Worski might be the most normal person in this goddamn picture, and that's saying a lot, okay? Holy shit. I don't even, like, the dead guy, I don't even know who he is. Rest in peace. But the quartering had a couple things to say there. I thought that was pretty funny. Then, lo and behold, I see them, our host here, Danny, he's getting into controversies about this Rekieta shit on Twitter, okay? And do I see the most disgusting face when it comes to this Rekieta shit? The Clout Rouse says, my face when I stand up for a fellow degenerate online. And you can see you're unavailable to see this post because this fucking bitch of a piglet here, Andy Signor, that guy that jerked off on camera and sent it to a bunch of his colleagues and whatnot. Yeah, that guy, among other things. But anyway, my face when I stand up for a fellow degenerate online, it was him defending old Nicky Recheata. And if we look here, we got our at T Little Hands, Terrar, friend of the show. He's a sicko. Remember when Leia something got his ass? Too funny. Okay, lots of people have taken their turns with Andy Signor. Okay, he sucks ass. But right here you see what I had quoted in the first place. So many people are applauding Nick Rekieta's downfall, and it's disgusting. Anyone publicly cheering for a fellow human to fall is part of the problem. Rekieta Law has been good to me. I wish him and his family the best, and I hope he is able to recover from this for the better. Okay? And you see, nice sentiment here, but I do think it's quite funny that a sicko like this is sticking up for a sicko like that. I guess that's neither here nor there, folks. Thank you, T Little Hands and Andy Signor, for a little bit of that juice. Okay, we've got some fresh Rekieta responses to the criticism. Okay, this is one of the funnier parts of the story to me. Sorry, I'm losing that accent. Got to get back in the mode. Like I said, it comes and goes, folks. Okay. That comes and goes too. When you go, I just had some breakfast before we did this, so pardon me. Okay, they don't teach us etiquette in lawyer school. All right, some fresh Nick Rekieta responses to criticism. Okay, we got one here. These are all Nicky responding to his fans and people giving him shit online. Okay, it's interesting because he is actually out of jail now. He hasn't done a stream or anything yet. We haven't seen anything like that, but we can only cross our fingers and wait for a coked out drunk stream explaining everything that happened. At text TXT. Oh, okay, I get it. Breaking. Nick Rekieta accepts he has a problem, is willing to take criticism as well as go to rehab. Just kidding. He's lashing out at people, telling him to get help. LMAO. Or as Bo Blacks would say, laughing my ass off. White Margaret says, at Rekieta Law, your house was raided. Drugs were found. Your children have been removed from your care. You could possibly go to prison. Wake up. Stop being a narcissistic loser. Both of you go to rehab. Rekieta Law says, eat shit. You know nothing about the situation. You're a parasitic pile. A parasitic pile of garbage. Go fuck yourself. So, not holding any punches here. I mean, I don't know if Nicky Recheata here would act any differently in this situation. I'd be going telling that bitch, fuck yourself, okay? All I did was do a little cocaine around my kids. What, you got a problem? What kind of lawyer you think doesn't do cocaine around their kids? They be drinking scotch and doing rails out the fucking most expensive bitch that can get to sit next to him, okay? This is lawyer life, folks. Wake up. Even more here, okay? We got T Clips on Twitter. At XT Clips. While most people were sleeping, Rekieta was up responding to people on his month-old photo on Instagram. I guess this is what he meant by he would do something. I was hoping for a stream, okay? Now you see here we got Nicky Rekieta's old picture. And we got a response here to, it doesn't show Allison's tweet, but it does show you see that name, okay? I don't know what that says. I'm in shock to hear the news. Wow. How did none of the law nerds see this happening? Praying he gets help ASAP, okay? We got a Nicky Rekieta response here in the comments. It says, checking yourself into rehab. Tell me you don't understand the justice system without telling me you don't understand the justice system, okay? One of my least favorite things that have caught on online is this tell me blank without telling me blank. I think it's one of the most fucking lazy ass sayings. It annoys the shit out of me. I'm tell me blank without telling me blank has taken me completely out of character, okay? I'm stopping the bit. Okay, it's over. It's over. Tell me I'm annoyed without let me tell you I'm annoyed without telling you I'm annoyed. I hate it. Don't say it, folks. Think of something better, okay? Think of something better. Tell me you hate. Tell me you hate. Tell me you don't understand blank without telling me you hate. You don't understand blank without blank. Did I say that? All right, moving on. These are just responses in the comment sections of a lot of these, Twitter posts and Instagram posts and yada yada. We got another one here. Cool Hand James, it says, "Look, guys, you're just all imagining the cops found 25 grams of cocaine in my house and charged me with it. It's a group hallucination. Only I, Nick Rekieta, with the power of my baldo, can see the truth." Rekieta Law says, "I wish I could express that what people saw isn't what they think they saw. Obviously, Jay can't talk about my case yet. However, he meant I. Obviously, I can't talk about my case yet. However, confirmation bias makes people see something that they didn't actually see. You all saw something else, and I wish I could tell you more about it. I do appreciate and love the support. I actually think this may remedy the other issue in time as well. Peace and blessings to you." So at least this one's a little more pleasant there. I mean, at least Rekieta's not fucking telling him to fuck off, scumbag. But the most official response that we have got from Rekieta to date, okay, is this one, and it will be our parting post that we're going to look at, okay, folks? This is from Cinema Shogun on Twitter. "Sadly, Nick Rekieta isn't ready to get help. He is taking no accountability at all. Instead, he's claiming everyone has the story wrong. Apparently, no one knows the full story. I assure you, the full story is actually much worse than what we have heard. Spoken like a true addict. Instead of going to rehab or maybe taking a few days to get his life in order, Rekieta is already ready to return to streaming. He'll probably be streaming tonight, drunk as fuck, high on cocaine, where he will undoubtedly drink for hours as people cheer on his demise." Now, see, that's the biggest thing going forward is like people want to see him and will pay him tons of money to go live and stream as a drunk cocaine fuck. Nick is in denial, and his fake edgelord fan base thinks it's cool that he got arrested. All right, so here's Rekieta Law about the news. So, hey, obviously a lot has happened. "I'm sorry for legal purposes. It must be reiterated that the sorry is for disruption and in no way related to any of the pending legal matters," because he doesn't want to incriminate himself. He's not sorry for the cocaine, folks. "That said, please realize that no one has the full story or picture on anything. It's possible no one ever will. Nothing reported is accurate, and that's not their fault. I've seen so many supportive messages. Thank you for that. I'll still be doing stuff. I'm home now. Stay tuned for show announcements and stuff here on Locals. Nick." Okay. So, hey, all we can do is sit back and wait for the man to go live. Hopefully he's sober, but hell, we'll have a great time if he's not.
Doinks. Bruh.
But on that note, I wanted to tell y'all, thanks for bearing with me. I know this accent ain't, everybody's cup of tea. Nick Rekieta don't come around along. Did I say that? Nick Rekieta don't come around for a long time. So you don't have to worry about this happening very often, okay? I got a full-time, actual, real-life job, where I save people from criminal prosecution, all right? So I got plenty of other better things to do. I just thought I'd come on and humor my boys, okay? Where do you think I get my supply, okay? Rekieta needs to get hooked up with the right guy. He won't be getting in any trouble. All right? Anyway, till next time, hopefully Nicky Recheata won't be seeing you very soon, but the boys at the Clout Route love you, and they can't wait to see you next time on another episode of the True Detractor series. I have been Nicky Recheata, and this is me signing out, folks. Take her easy.